Other than Kristen, using the internet as a means to have contact or have download videos or download documents or files and that type of thing. What can we do? I'm asking the question now, the technical team here, what can we do to provide and share and help move, get you guys out of the dark ages into the world? You guys aren't as bad as the community we just came from. Sure, well,
Well, they can self-service for longer. And so does Clem too.
I'm talking about the internet and how fast it comes through. I think
It's
they're still like that.
No, not the band
No, she's
they're better than us.
person I had, you had to tell it stick. And if you have cell service,
Yeah.
holy cow, that's fast.
Yeah.
I
35
was
bucks a
jealous.
month.
Yeah.
60 bucks a month.
Yeah, something like that.
I'll just ask the technical team, is there something that we can do to help move this forward?
Well,
Well, you can take a lot of the fancy graphics.
Yeah,
so we can
that helps.
simplify documents. That's one thing, but I think what I'm really coming away from this series of community meetings is we really need to establish some networks and points of contact in local communities and build some relationships there so that for a meeting like this, we get in touch with a couple of people who are much more knowledgeable about who we need to be in touch with in this community or another, and who can also have to distribute information and let people know about what's happening much more effectively than I can or one of us can from afar. So that would be something I think we can do a lot of work on. It's efficient. And it's I think could be quite effective.
I think that would help with your, again, like you're saying, the website's there. So as things move forward, again, if these individuals got emails to say we put something new, or can you take a look at this, they could probably do it. But to go there every day or every week just to look to see if something's new, highly unlikely.
I'll just to sort of.
People are doing this in talk.
Yeah, I mean, and for us, I mean, unfortunately, like Sandy and I said, we didn't get a chance to follow up to see if the email went through to all these people for the invite because we're so busy all the time as well, and we're all doing this off the side of our desk because there's no local people doing oceans management. And I think there's still the Rupert people, but there's nobody within our area doing that. So it's really hard for us to be up on everything. I mean, for us, it's just like any other local community member. I mean, you have to be part of a million conversations to help inform everybody, but your main job is something else. So you feel like you know just about this much about a lot of things, but not enough to help sometimes. So it gets kind of frustrating because, like I said, the internet, I won't go there because I have too much to do already. So unless somebody sends me a direct email and asks me to review something or wants my advice, I don't have time to look. And not that I don't want to, it's just that I just know I won't do it. So if again, there was somebody else that calls me to say we're going to have a meeting and this is important, that's different. Or we're going to have a conference call, I can try and fit that in, but I won't go to a website to see what you put on for me. I just don't have the time.
So Neil, I'm asking the question about this process, on Appendix A, on the document here that we have in front of you, right in the bottom, it says accessibility. It's one of the principles that we talk about here, we want to practice it. Reasonable steps will be taken to determine how stakeholders wish to be engaged and to provide them with relevant, understandable information by utilizing innovative technology and providing a variety of opportunities for engagement. I mean, in a lot of ways, it's up to us to steering committee to provide that kind of opportunity for them to assist, to ensure that they get this information in, what do they call it, so they can provide better opportunities for engagement.
Here's where we go right back to the beginning. And it needs to be that representation. It needs to be that representative. Where information goes through the process and information comes back. And they're the ones that need to know and have the capacity, the capability to be be able to download this information to the site and work with that community and then be able to pass the information back. So there needs to be someone responsible for that if you want to have a lot of web-based. And then you can do some presentations, provided they're done by telephone. So a telephone number where you're actually looking at your computer. And some government offices can get on a computer and look at, I don't know why I keep wanting to say Excel, it's not Excel.
PowerPoint?
PowerPoint. And you can follow a PowerPoint presentation.
What we found out.
But really then, that's to get them informed so that they can actually meet and pass information back. So simple things like that might work.
I think that's where Sandy mentioned before, a facilitator might take that responsibility. I'll kind of give you a little, I'm not trying to blow my own horn, but in 2002, I was assigned a job as fisheries ecologist for the Central Coast. And my task was to pull together the information so that we could implement watershed-based fish sustainability planning. Now, funding for that dried up about 2.5 years later, but we made quite a bit of progress because that was my assigned task. And in fact, that was probably where the concept of the Lobelco Watershed Conservation Society was born. When that ended, it still carried on. And I think that a facilitator could do what you're suggesting. Because like right now, when maybe Ken puts on a presentation, and he's going to email it to me and I request a hard copy, well, I could sit down in my office and read it, and I get paid to do it. But I imagine Harvey gets that stuff isn't done, you know, and if someone could, you know, condense it and help, and even maybe a lot of stuff that, if it's not within my realm of experience or knowledge, I need somebody to explain it to me. So that's where
And some
maybe a
of the stuff,
facilitator would
you know,
help.
in some of these documents is very esoteric, right, or whatever. It's not like plain language. So for the normal person, they look through this and they go, oh, like, you know, how there's this committee and that committee, and there's a working group, and there's an advisory process, and there's like, you know, it can be pretty overwhelming right away. So just to have it sort of in kind of plain terms.
Cole's notes.
Yeah, it's cool to know.
Dummy's Guide to PNCIMA or something. But the one thing I've noticed is that, and Brad and I mentioned it, I mean, we've already read the document, but, and maybe it's just the workload, but I have a difficulty retaining what's in here.
Yeah, me too.
You know, it's not that I'm not interested, it's just that there's so many things like this we read over like a 6-week period. It's not staying in my brain. I mean, and I don't know if it's the wording or, if it, I mean, basically I know it's a larger process and where it's going, what it's doing, but in my mind, it's just not formed yet. So get back to me when you have something to talk to me about, because you're talking to me about something that you want to create and you want to kind of input on how we want to input, but I don't know really what you're talking about. So I'll wait another, 6 months, maybe after you've made your committee, to see if it's something that, we can latch onto. And for some reason, this is, Steve and I talked about this in the beginning. I mean, oceans planning came from Ottawa to Vancouver and did not start in the local areas. So for the local areas to catch up and absorb what Vancouver, Ottawa, Large Ocean Management is trying to achieve, it takes time. Even Ken and I have just been working the last 2.5 years on the Central Coast Aeron body and their marine use planning from the communities, because it started in Ottawa and Vancouver. It didn't start at the local community level. So bringing it down takes time for us to see what it means to us and where we fit in, because Ken and I over the last 2 years have identified, well, we've got integrated management processes that we want the First Nations to feed into. He's got marine use planning issues, but we haven't even seen the marine use plans of the First Nations yet because they're not quite complete.